Hey, y'all, welcome to another amazing episode of the Chris and Kadie Show. This is episode number 21. No special guest this week. And after today, Kadie has 3 freaking weeks away from me.
Okay, hold on. I didn't realize I should have known this was episode 21. But in 4 days, I'm also 21.
Oh, crap, that's true. You'll be able to
Hell
drink
yeah.
legally instead of just faking it all the
Instead of
time.
illegal.
Yeah. She doesn't drink at all, winky
Oh.
face. Not only are you about to be 21, but you're about to be a betrothed woman as well. Or betrothed,
Yeah.
however it's pronounced.
And I'm a woman on the go. I have I have bachelorette next weekend too.
Hmm.
So we're traveling for that, and then honeymoon we're traveling.
Yeah, just
We're driving
lots of stuff
for
going on.
bachelorette.
So we are recording on the 20. What the hell? No, it's not.
Fifth.
It was supposed to be the 23rd, but we're actually recording on a Wednesday. So we're all discombobulated here. She's been busy. I've been busy. And I mean, both of us have been just super like out there. And I'm just glad we
Yeah.
were able to get this in this week. But so going forward though, the next 3 weeks there will not be an episode of this show. So it'll be this one, and then I think it's 3 or 4 weeks from now will be the next one we record. Now we will be giving an extra interview from the other show, the Boston Chris podcast. We'll be doubling up on that to make up for it. So there will be content, but there won't be for this show. And then when we return in November, we will be every other week. So
Yep.
we will be filming and recording every other week, and then the other week we'll be doing another podcast. Not me and Kadie, but me and my sons will be doing like a sports related podcast, and maybe we'll even have Jackson come on that every once in a while, since he's also a sports fan. That could be
He's
fun.
a huge. He could commentate for days, but good luck with that.
Yeah, he's very introverted, isn't he?
He heard you say recording, and he's like, "Okay, hold on."
I know, I saw that. But we could just have him come on with a blanket over his head or something. You know, nobody needs to see him per se.
Yeah, man, imagine he can wear a ski mask.
So, I know you're probably going to talk about wedding stuff in your bitch fit, so I don't want to ask you too much. But are we excited? Like, is it becoming real yet?
Oh yeah, you're making my stomach hurt talking about it.
I bet. I bet. You can't say that too loud though, because the man is in the other room. You have to
No,
make
it
it
ain't
seem
even
like.
that. It ain't even that. All other shit.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'm excited. October 12th, which is God. It's only less than 3 weeks now.
Mhm.
That's insane. I can't wait.
Yeah,
It's gonna be so much
it's
fun.
2 weeks. It's
We're
2 weeks from Saturday.
we're gonna take pictures and we'll take video and all of that stuff so that we can prove that all that shit happened.
Yeah, we can put him on the podcast.
Yeah, we will
We'll be
definitely
a
do
little
that.
tweaky.
Maybe we'll have like maybe during one of the off weeks we'll put out a little wedding
That'd be
episode.
cute.
That would be cool.
Little
Yeah,
update.
yeah, a little update. All right, so we are going to get into our first segment this week. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. Some very interesting stuff too that's hit the news since we last spoke. Mainly the P Diddy stuff, and
Yeah.
the entire entertainment world is kind of on its head right now. I can't wait to kind of talk to Kadie what she thinks about all this, because there's some things that aren't necessarily connected but could be, right? Like some rumors and things. So we'll get into that. But first, we're going to get into our top five segment. And I don't know why I blanked on this. And Kadie saved the day on this. I mean, we have Halloween coming up, so why aren't we doing Halloween top fives? And sure enough, Kadie gave me some great ones. I think it was top five
I
costumes.
I pulled that so far out of my ass, it came out of my gut. Like, I was just like, I was out at like lunch or something. I was like, oh shit, I have no idea. And that was just like what I thought of.
Well,
So, yeah, it worked.
I'm glad we
Go
came up
ahead.
with something. You come up with Halloween, and then I was like, you know what? I think Candy would probably be the best one, because I mean,
Um,
Go
I'm
ahead.
a big candy gal.
So am I.
So
I'm a huge candy guy, and we are what we call November 1st shoppers in this household, right? So we're out there for that 20% and 80% off candy on November 1st, which is never Reese's, right? It's always like frickin' Milky Ways and Three Musketeers and all the shit
Heath
that nobody
bars,
wants. Yeah.
fucking Heath
But
bars.
look,
What the fuck?
beggars can't be choosers, am I right? That's how you
That is
end up with
crazy.
all them like weird ass candies.
And that's why we're ranking them. What we hope for. What
What
we
we are
dream
hoping
about.
for on November 1st. That is correct. This is the unlikely to be available on November 1st list. But for number 5, I've got Snickers here at number 5. In fact, I think all of mine have something to do with. Well, maybe not. They don't all have
What?
something to
With
do. I was going to say
nuts?
with nuts, yes, but they don't all have something to do with nuts. But my number 5 is Snickers. Snickers is a good go-to, and it's probably the one on the list that actually fills you up the most. If you're,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody eats candy to get full, though, right? Like if you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. Katie, you're not doing that, are you? What did you have for lunch? A whatchamacallit. So what is your number 5?
My number 5, okay, so all of this shit's good and I love Snickers.
All of it.
But,
Yes.
there's just so many, it's all great, but, we just have our top 5. So, don't hate that it's only my number 5, but Kit Kat. I
Okay.
do love Kit Kat, but it's only at number 5. Um, man, I just remembered, when I was in 4th grade or whatever, when Instagram came out, my username was like KitKat03 or some shit because I like Kit Kat so much.
That's funny.
And my name's Katie with a K, so I was that just reminded me of that. But yeah, I used to get king size Kit Kats and just sit there and eat that bitch, go nuts. But no, only number 5. The rest of it I like more. So
Yep, and it's so easy to list candies too because it's just like all of it, please. Like, like bad candy is better than good vegetables, right?
I don't like.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
true though.
The only thing is I don't like caramel.
I'm
So
not a big fan of it either. Like I would
I'm like
choose.
okay with the Snickers and I like Twix, but that's about it.
So with caramel, it has to be like an additive. It can't be the main feature of the
Yeah.
candy. Like if it happens to be with peanut butter or with
Yeah, yeah,
peanuts
yeah.
or with nougat, right? Like it can't
Hmm.
be like for example, Twix, right? Twix's main thing is caramel, right? No, mm-mm. And I know people
No,
that
it's
love.
not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's like half and half. It ain't its main thing.
I think its main feature is caramel. And then you got
I don't
people
know,
like can't
whatever.
pronounce it. Is it caramel? Is it caramel? Like it's
I'm
like
from the South. They say caramel.
see that's the thing. I don't know though. Like because I'm not from the South, so it could be either one. You could convince me of either one, like pecan or
Caramel.
pecan. See. But yeah.
Okay.
So my number 4 is whatchamacallit. Um, And another thing, all of these except for I think all of my top 5, well, 3 of my top 5 also have a great value version now,
Yep.
which is helpful when you're poor. But
Yeah.
it's like they're not that good though. To be fair, it's like they give you the
You get what
candy.
you
It
pay for.
looks like the candy and it feels like the candy, but it tastes nothing like the candy.
But it's actually just lard.
Oh my god, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is the little packages of gummy bears, the little Haribos. I love getting those. You get so much chocolate and everything. I mean, there's so much chocolate that you get, and it's nice to have a little gummy bear
See,
for the
I'm not much
family.
into non-chocolate candy, but I get that people are, like the Sour Patch
Yeah.
Kids and
Well, and that like mixes it up too.
yeah, yeah. I just don't get anything out of that except for shit
And not
stuck
a
in my
lot of,
teeth.
and they're more expensive, I believe. So you don't see a lot of them except at the rich people's houses.
That's right.
So when you do when I get gummy bears, I'm like, fuck yeah.
So that means
Jackpot.
you really have to choose very, very strategically where you're going to go trick-or-treating, right?
Yeah, I used to go to the country club like 15 minutes away from my house.
No great value on this street. Let's
Fuck
go.
no, I go to the country club.
Oh my god, did you ever get like the little bags of popcorn? Like people would just like there were people in my neighborhood. Now you got to remember this is back before microwaves almost, right? Like I'm that old. But there were people in my neighborhood who would literally like take popcorn, like the Jiffy Pop popcorn.
Yeah.
And they'd pop up the popcorn and then just stick like a handful into a bag and then close up the bag and send it on its way.
Yeah.
We ate that shit, Katie. Like, no, like that stuff is no bueno nowadays. You know what I mean? Anyway, my number 3 is Butterfingers. Now, I'm a little bit weird on Butterfingers, though. I'm going to tell you why. And the reason why is I don't like the smaller ones. But, like, if you give me, like, the king-size ones, because there's more. Like, there's more in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get that almost like what I call, like, what do I call it? Like, Jurassic peanut butter. Because, like, it's not real peanut butter. It feels like it came from, like, the same era as the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I'm not describing this at all. But, yeah, for some reason, the regular, like, you know, whatever, the regular size, just, they're not thick enough. But, like, if you get the real king-size one and they're, like, that thick, the peanut butter just tastes better. I don't know why. Because it's
and I feel like the smaller ones have more chocolate.
I think so. Maybe, yeah. I don't think it's the same chocolate to Jurassic peanut butter ratio.
It's not the same ratio for sure.
I don't think so either. Plus, there's no great value version of Butterfingers. So, like, there's no, yeah. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Twizzlers. Back with the, you know, like those little packages that are like the little 2. And especially if it's like the rainbow ones. Man.
So do you like black licorice as well, or do you just like the red?
No. Yeah, I don't like black licorice. I love the rainbow shit. That shit's so good. Yeah. The lemon ones, ooh, fuck that.
Here's a question. How come they, like, you know how Reese's has, like, cereal? How come the rest of these companies don't have cereal? Like, there's no Kit Kat cereal and no whatchamacallit cereal, no Snickers cereal. What is up with these people?
Well, that's a little too diabetic coma.
Okay, no. There's no such thing. Okay, there's no such thing as too diabetic. All right, wait, your number 3 was Twizzlers?
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is Kit Kat. So your number 5 is my number 2. And I like Kit Kat just because it's different than everywhere else. And, like, I can break it off and shit. Like, it's a toy as well, right? So, like, it's not just chocolate. You can play with it.
How do you eat it?
It depends on what size you get, right? Because, like...
the mini ones are, like, a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
That's why it's low on mine.
Well, now they have, like, the single ones, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just put a giant single one into...
It seems... Now that we're talking about it, it seems like the small versions of the Kit Kat, it's like the chocolate tastes like chalk.
Okay.
Like, it don't taste right. It tastes
almost malty?
Like chocolate from, like, when I was 3.
Back in the 2009 era.
The fuck? 2003.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll give you that. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is peanut M&Ms.
Wow, I forgot about peanut M&Ms. Yes.
Fuck that shit up.
Golly.
Because look, more quantity too. You've got like 5 of them bitches in one.
That's true. Then you could share with your friends or
no.
Wow, so you're that kind of Halloween person.
Club, okay?
Wow, so you're a competitive trick-or-treater.
No, I'm stingy.
That's what I mean. So I'm assuming then that our number 1s are the same. Because there's no way that Reese's didn't make your top 5. What? What do you mean?
I love Reese's. I do, but I have to be in the mood for it. I am not like I was when I was a child. Chocolate, I can't do much of it anymore.
Okay.
Like I'm like, I get tired of it.
I'm so confused. Okay, so what's your number one?
And
Mine
it's
is
just
Reese's
a
Peanut
little,
Butter Cups.
and it's not crunchy. It's like
The
just kind
creamy
of,
peanut butter?
it's a little too much. Like I don't know. But anyway, we're saying number. Okay, you already said your number one.
Yeah.
Okay, my number one is Butterfinger.
Okay.
I love Butterfingers. Anytime I will stop in at the gas station if I'm having a rough day. I'll stop in and get me a Dr Pepper and a Butterfinger. Man,
So you feel my
Dr
pain
Pepper
when
and
it comes to the
Butterfingers.
smaller ones and the bigger ones. For me, like with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, I feel like they're like the crawfish of chocolate. Because, like, apparently crawfish is really good, but you have to work your ass off to get to the meat of a crawfish. It's like
Yeah,
the same thing with a peanut butter cup, right? Like you have to take it out of the wrapper, then you have to take it out of the fucking peanut butter cup wrapper. Like there's like four different wrappers you have to get through before you get to the damn prize.
yeah. You got crawfish, and then you got fucking crab. Crab's awful too.
It seems like
Shit.
anything that has a shell, if you have to break a shell to get to the
A
food,
crustacean.
yeah, forget that, dude. I'm a
Fuck the crustacean.
I'm a fat boy. I need less work to get to my food, not more. Okay.
I'm just very lazy in general. Like my hairdresser, she was talking to me today. I got my hair done,
I
and she was
noticed.
like, "Would thanks."
Mm-hmm.
She was asking me something about something. I said, "Is that going to be a lot of maintenance?" Oh no, I was telling her because I naturally have really curly hair, and I was like, if I, I could take care of it, but I don't. She's like, I can, teach you my routine. I said, I ain't fucking doing that.
The fuck? I don't want a routine. I'm about to be married.
Well, I mean, like it would look really pretty, but hell no, that's too much work.
Shoot, I
You know
had
how
a
many
routine.
times I wash my hair every other day? You think I got time to be taking an hour to do my damn hair? Hell no.
Oh man, yeah.
That's how it is.
I used to do maintenance when I was trying to land a guy. I have a guy now. I don't need no more of that maintenance. By God, we're gonna look like swamp rats up in this motherfucker. You just wait.
That's how I look before I got my hair done. Damn. I. So welcome to the bitch fit. Welcome to the bitch fit. I'm getting my dad jokes pulled up. So, how do you get a country girl's attention? Country, country boy. You know what I'm talking about? Do people that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about? Country boy. Okay. How do you get a country girl's attention? A tractor. I called the tinnitus helpline last night. Nobody answered. It just kept ringing. I have tinnitus, so I can relate. Um, the world really changed after the year zero. It was a complete 180. AD 180. I like this one. What do you call it when someone in the army gets pepper sprayed? A seasoned veteran.
Oh Lord.
I like that one. Okay, enough with the dad jokes. On to the updates. I said I got my hair done. I done got it did. I'm very happy. I feel very cute. I did the sides red last time, but I decided to go black all around for the wedding because one of our colors is green, and I don't want to look like Christmas for one. Um, but yeah, so that's that on that. But I got my hair did. I got cut, all that good crap. We kind of played with it to see what we're gonna do for the wedding. So that's fun. Yesterday I started. Oh my god! So Andre, DJ Bring That Be Back, is our DJ, and man, props to him. But holy crap, I had to put in a lot of work. He sent over like the contract and like the information sheet. I worked on that for 5 hours yesterday. I'm not shitting you, 5 hours. Because I was like, I texted him, I said, I had no idea I needed this much shit. Because with like 20 songs. And I only had like 4.
Yeah,
So I kept on
it's hard work too. I've DJ'd I think 37 weddings, so I feel his pain.
But hey, props to him because that shit is covered.
Yep. Hmm.
He asked a million questions, and I finally got it done today. I had to wait for Jackson to get home, for him to finalize everything, look over everything, make sure everything looked cool. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be so fucking hype.
I can't wait.
Little sneak peek, because nobody's gonna be there except you. My bridesmaids are walking out, like, or walking into the reception to "A Millie" by Lil Wayne. A Millie, a Millie, a Millie.
Let's go.
It's gonna be nuts. Anyway, so I got all that handled finally. It was a pain. Oh my god, I was like not panicking, but I mean, I know Andre has to get his everything together, and I'm like, shit, shit, shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. I didn't even know these were things. And no, my mother wouldn't answer my phone call. I don't know what the hell she was doing, but I got zero help. I didn't even know what half of that shit was that he was asking. Was like, what the fuck does this mean? And I had to Google it. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, we're getting ready for the wedding. I finished all that. We are doing the rehearsal dinner on Sunday, which is also my birthday. So we're gonna rehearse, eat, do all that crap, and then go drinking. Um, then I'm gonna spend the night with my mom, and then Monday I'm gonna get my wedding dress. My sister has it because I don't trust myself with it in my possession, and I don't trust my mother either, with it in her possession. So it's at my sister's house. So I'm gonna go pick it up Monday, and me and my mom are gonna dance together because we're gonna dance together, and I'm gonna see in that dress and in my heels and shit, try all that out, see how that goes. I'm sure it's fine. Boston, you've seen me in like 20 dresses, big dresses, so, and heels. So I know
Hmm.
how to do it. But
It's just been a minute.
still, it has been a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like riding a bike.
I've been more like a combat boot kind of like platform kind of gal
Hmm.
lately.
Yeah.
But shit will happen, and I walked around in them a lot. They're really comfortable, so it should be all good. But got all that done. So I got my hair done today for the wedding. I got to get my nails done at some point. God, bleh. I just ordered Jackson's wedding ring, which is nice. Maybe waited a little too longer than I should have, but it'll be here in time, so it's okay. Same thing for mine, okay?
Oh my god.
And his ring is already made. I just had to order it. Mine had to be custom made, so
It's so hard to be
shame
a
on me.
girl.
I know. It is. I'm just a girl. um, so yeah, that's that. So I'm going away for a long time. I feel like I need to say a lot of shit. Um, so wedding. So like we said, 25th is today, my birthday. Rehearsals on the 29th. We're leaving the 4th for bachelorette, coming back on the 7th. And that's a Monday. And then the following Saturday is the wedding. That following Monday, we're leaving for our honeymoon and coming back that Friday. And then that Saturday, I have a show and a damn baby shower to go to. Right back at it. No rest for the wicked. Oh, and I booked quite a few shows in November, which is fun.
Nice. And it is time to play the game of the week. And Kaylee,
Okay, you started recording since I said it, but I thought it was funny. We had Katie's bitch fit, and now we're gonna have Katie's shit show.
that's right. The bitch from the bitch fit to the shit show. And, let me see if I can set this up so everybody can have fun and see.
And look, I've learned this. I have to write down what I'm supposed to, like the topic, or I will get so sidetracked, not even know what's going on. So
Right.
my
All right,
ADD
let's
kicks
bring
in really
this
bad.
up here.
Okay.
So here we're gonna spin to see what game you're playing.
Uh-uh.
Illuminati! First time
Hey!
ever! Okay. Alright, so that's the first time we've ever had Illuminati come up. So Illuminati means I have to spin the wheel twice. You're going to get two different topics, Katie. And you have to connect these two topics using conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so this is going to be great.
This is like the hardest one on here. We've never gotten. Of course, it's for me. This is definitely going to be a Kadie shit show.
All right, here we go. The first topic is toast.
Okay.
Toast is the first one.
Does that... Never mind. Go ahead.
And the second one is... oh my God. Stupid human tricks. So you have to connect toast conspiratorially to stupid human tricks.
This is like what it means, right? This is not like a TV show or anything like this is just like people doing stupid tricks.
Yes. Yep. Stupid human tricks.
Okay. Hold on.
It's pretty open-ended, so you could probably come up with something here.
Let me write it down so I don't get, hell off track. Stupid human tricks. I thought that said superhuman. I was like, what the fuck? I can't see that good.
So like
I use my phone.
Like that show Jackass is like stupid human tricks, or like when people try to do stupid shit, like, and then they fall and make an ass of themselves, stuff like that. All right, take it away.
This made it more difficult because I thought it was something else. Okay, wait a minute. Because I was going a different avenue with that. Hold on.
Okay.
My brain doesn't work, and this is the worst shit I could have gotten. Okay, because there's a few ways I can go about it.
I'm excited to figure out where you're headed.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I need more notes. I need key talking points. Because I know you're going to fucking question me too much.
I might. You never know.
I know you're going to.
This is great. I'm so happy I didn't come up with Illuminati for me.
Well, like, fuck.
Kadie shit show. There we go. I wrote it down. Toast into stupid.
I might like need a minute.
So basically, what you have to try to do is you have to try to make it so that it's Toast's fault that people do stupid human tricks. Essentially. Like, it's because of Toast that people are doing these stupid tricks. Why?
Or do they go hand in hand?
That's
or do people do stupid human tricks with Toast? That's where I was going.
Yeah, wherever you want to go. But yeah, the game's actual description is...
Okay.
Someone gives you connect two random topics with conspiracy theories. Okay?
You know what my notes are?
I don't even want to know.
One word. One word. Let's go.
All right, go. Take it away.
Okay. So you already know what we're talking about, right? Apparently I'm here to give a lecture on the Toast and the, stupid human tricks, It's Toast. I mean, man, it's been burnt. They have gone through a lot of shit. It's been in the fire. It's been put through some heat, man.
It has.
It's had a lot of shit,
That's true.
And it's making people violent and crave pain.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know what it is. And you can have so many different types of toast. They say that, like, if you use, like, white bread, they do white people.
You're going all racist on us. You are trying to get us canceled. I see.
No, I'm talking about, like, freaking, like, white people can't dance, that kind of shit. We can say that.
Fair point.
You know what I mean? Like, same shit. Like, if you do white toast, white people, they usually end up doing the dumbest shit.
It's kind of funny that you mention pain. Because you may not know this, Katie. In fact, you probably don't.
Mm-hmm.
But in France, the word toast translates directly to pain de grill.
That's fucking Illuminati, bro. So the French invented toast.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
No, I'm going there.
Okay.
Like the Italians make pasta and pizza and shit. Fucking French made bread.
What?
French bread, that's a thing.
French toast, too! French toast. Oh my god! And you put bread on potatoes, and you end up with French fries. That's crazy.
That's a different theory.
I have, look at that. I have goosebumps right there, y'all. Look at that. That's crazy.
Okay, that's a different theory though, but that's, yes, we're on this.
Does that mean we have a lot of bread and toast on our lips when we French kiss? When we do that kind of stuff?
Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Have breadcrumbs in the mouth.
So, what exactly does this have to do with stupid human tricks? Because you're
the one that went there.
We're connecting the dots here when it comes to France and pain, and
we're getting all of our facts together. So, basically, like I said, toast is making people violent. All this kneading. We don't know what these people got in their hands or on their gloves and shit. It's like the fucking anthrax shit. They're passing.
Oh my gosh.
They're passing all this shit around, and it's not anthrax, but it's like steroids. And like meth makes people fucking crazy and violent. So they go do stupid human tricks. And they try to convince other people to do stupid human tricks. Like Jackass. Jackass, everyone's on toast. On it. They're on toast.
On the toast.
Toast equals drugs. Toast is drugs.
Yeah.
Because toast, like that yeast and shit, yeast makes beer. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's a drug too.
That's true. So, this gives a whole new meaning to stuff like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, that could be, like, slang for some...
Crack. It's like children are on crack when they eat it, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It could be slang for different things. And that's why people are doing all these wacky tricks, trying to get at the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's scary, man. It's really scary to think about. Huh?
It goes so deep.
It does. It seems like it is a deep exercise, for sure. Very deep. Hopefully we'll get an expert in here to talk about it. Too bad we don't have the world's greatest expert on toast here this week.
Unfortunately, no. Yeah. We're doing the best we can, but we're not the experts.
That's right. We're just giving you the facts as we know them.
The theories.
That's right, the theories. Oh my gosh. The first ever Illuminati game here on the Chris and Kadie Show.
That was difficult.
It was hard. It was. But you did good. We got through it.
Well, because, like, at first I was thinking, like, people... Here's what I first thought of, and it might have been better. But, I thought of, like, people doing stupid human tricks while trying to toast.
The act of toasting. I got you. That's funny. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we went where we went with it instead, because that makes a whole lot more sense. Like, toast, they're doing it for the toast. Oh, my God.
Well, I've been doing wedding shit. I had to write down what songs we're going to do to toast.
For 5 hours. 5 hours. All right, so which one of these do you want for the topics? We've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. I will take 2 of them if you will take 1, since you've done the game and the bitch fit.
Aw. Well, then I want to do the first one.
I figured you would. All right, take it away then.
We actually talked about them last episode, too.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yep. Our summer songs.
Yep.
My first summer, that never says summer. Anyway, the Deftones announced a North American tour with the Mars Volta and Fleshwater. Next year's already got some banger tours and festivals lined up, but this is the latest But this latest announcement is sure to get some of you guys stoked as hell.
Hell yeah.
Deftones announced earlier today, this was the 17th, so a couple weeks ago, um, that they'll be heading out on a North American tour starting next February, and they will be bringing the Mars Volta and Fleshwater along as supporting acts. Set to roll out on February 25th in Portland, Oregon, and coming to an end on April 8th in Boston. The tour will also feature stops in some of the country's bigger venues, including Madison Square Garden, the
Wow.
Kia Center, and more. Yeah, that's nuts. Um, Tickets for the tour will go on sale to the general public this Friday. So that's already happened. So tickets are on sale. That being said, the official Deftones pre-sale, yeah, that's all done. So their tickets are on sale. So
Go get
if
you
you want
some.
them, go get
Yeah,
them.
go get
Yeah.
them.
The dates. Should I read out the dates?
Um,
Um,
I would say
there's a
just go
lot.
to their webpage to see the dates.
Yeah.
Deftones.com. You can find
They're
their
gonna be.
tour dates there.
I should make Jackson take me for. Oh well,
There's
our
gonna
anniversary
be
is gonna.
there's gonna be 4 Texas shows in March.
Our anniversary is gonna be a different day now. It's no longer 3/22. It's gonna be 10/12.
No, it just means you have 2. That's all.
Well, he can take me to American Airlines 3/15 for 3/22.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So they're going to be in Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, which is the big 4 in Texas.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the
Madison
national
Square.
acts. That's
That's nuts.
yeah. This is an arena tour. This is no this is a big tour. This is huge. Love to see it.
Little Caesars Arena in Michigan, Capital One
So
Arena in DC.
it hasn't been that long since they went on tour either. It was like I think
Mhm.
2022. So it's only been a couple of years, but
I have not done much research, and these are all just thoughts of mine. Um, I love Deftones,
mhm.
love Deftones, but there's you and I both know this. There's a difference between a studio band and a live band, and Deftones definitely a studio band. I've seen some rough stuff of like vocals, but I don't know how recent that was, and that was a long time ago.
Mhm.
So I'm interested, but I'm the kind of person, I love them so much. I would avoid going to see them in concert if I had an inkling that his vocals wouldn't
That
be
they
good,
might
because
not be good. Yeah.
that would ruin the whole band for me.
Yeah, not just that, but they are doing 24 shows in 5
Yeah.
weeks. 5 weeks.
Ooh,
That's insane. That's a lot, a lot. Like, that is a lot.
that's that's more than every other day.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, they're either going to be on stage or traveling essentially for 5 weeks. Like, they haven't given themselves much time. So, like, for
Let me
example, like on April 1st, they'll be in Detroit, but then on April 3rd, they're in New York. So that's like a day later, essentially a day later or a day between. And then on the 4th of April, the very next day, they're in Philly. Then there's a day off, and then they're in Washington. Then a day
and
off, and they're in
then
Boston.
and with the vocalists already being kind of.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, that's a lot of. Yeah, that's a lot of effort
But
for.
man, I love Deftones. I really do. I
Me
really
too.
do.
Me too.
do.
Love to see it, though. Mars Volta's a great band as well. I don't know too much about Fleshwater. I'll keep it real.
Me neither.
Um, but I know that 2 of those bands are gonna really bring it. I think that's a great lineup. Arena show, great stuff. Love to see it when a non-pop, non-country act is getting arena shows. I always love that because
Absolutely.
that means they're
Well,
making.
I'm always in the rock corner. So when I
Yeah,
see shit like that, I'm like, fuck yeah. Especially Deftones, because they get pretty fucking heavy.
yeah. I love to see that though. That's really good. It's good for the genre. Definitely good for their
Absolutely.
fans.
Definitely good for them.
Probably not good for their potatoes though if they leave them on the counter
I know.
when they leave for the tour and then come back 5 weeks later. Their potatoes are probably going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Unless they watch this show, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to tell you how you can keep your potatoes fresh for months longer without rotting if you store them in one key area. I know. It seems too good to be true, and it might be, except I'm going to tell you the truth. Unlike Kadie in her Illuminati bit earlier.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be true, okay? This comes to us from MSN.com, which, everybody knows they never tell lies, right? Never, ever, ever.
Absolutely.
So here's the article. I'll read a little bit about this. You guys are going to learn about potatoes. We learned about bananas the other day, or a couple weeks ago. And and bananas and potatoes are my go-to, so you guys are going to learn about potatoes now. As the balmy days of summer fade, culinarians everywhere are gearing up for the hearty pleasures of stews, soups, and casseroles, which is obviously a fall and autumn much-loved comfort food. And potatoes are important in those comfort foods, especially beef stew. Beef stew is amazing with potatoes. However, how do you keep these versatile veggies from prematurely sprouting? I know you guys might have that problem. You have your potatoes just hanging out waiting for you to cut them up, and they just think they're in a vegetable garden and start growing all haphazardly in your fruit bowl. That's no bueno. Well, Karen Lamar, a storage guru from Organic Cotton Mart, unveils a common... Go ahead.
You keep potatoes in the fruit bowl?
No. Okay. So, maybe. So, technically, potatoes are a fruit. We won't fight. But
hold on. Look, I will send you a picture of my fruit bowl if you think that's fucking funny. I decorated my fruit bowl because we don't have fruit to go in it.
Well, you have to do that.
I put skulls in it and shit.
There you go.
Like a weirdo.
And skulls never go bad, Kadie Lynn. They never go bad.
Mm-hmm. And I have dead flowers, so they're already dead.
Skulls are forever. They're like STDs. Yeah. So this woman, Karen Lamar, who is a storage guru from the Organic Cotton Mart, unveils a common storage faux pas that keeps potatoes on the kitchen counter near other vegetables. She explains, when it comes to long-term storage, onions and potatoes outlast many others. So why not just store them together in the same place? Well, that might not exactly work because onions release ethylene gas. And the ethylene gas causes potatoes to sprout. So if you have your onions and your potatoes hanging out together in the same area of your abode, your potatoes are going to grow faster. No bueno. Yeah. Which means if you do keep a vegetable garden, then you should maybe throw some onions down there with your potatoes because that will actually help them grow, right? Mm-hmm. However, ethylene is a plant hormone that aids in the ripening process and is emitted in spades by onions, garlic, and tomatoes alike. Not ideal companions for your spuds if you want to avoid early sprouting, and a damp-induced mold frenzy, reports the Express. To extend the life and freshness of your potatoes, she suggests banishing them to the cool solitude of a dark cupboard or drawer. She cautions against light exposure. It's a good idea to keep the potatoes as far from sunlight as possible. Too much light can trigger greening, tricking the tubers into producing chlorophyll. So essentially what you have to do is you have to trick your potatoes into not thinking they're growing beans anymore.
You have to trick them into thinking they're dead.
That's right. You're a dead potato. Stop trying to live, motherflower.
You're dead walking.
That's right. Stop growing. Anyway, with those kernels of wisdom, your beloved potatoes can outlive their shelf life expectations, thus ensuring that your favorite dishes will remain flawlessly delicious for when the chills creep in. Ooh. So, it's equally important to steer clear of places with high moisture to save your stock from sprouting and rotting. The solution to this is a dry, dark spot such as your basement, cellar, pantry, or an out-of-the-way kitchen nook. So try to keep your potatoes in a dark and dry place away from onions. And by doing so, you will extend the life of your potatoes by quite a bit. So for my family, for example, we love potatoes because they are a good filling way to get through a meal quickly. right? Like we can
Mm,
make a baked potato, or we could cut them
that's a
up
meal.
into home fries. Yeah, exactly. However, you can also find really good deals on potatoes if you look closely enough at some of your farmers markets and even like
Mhm.
your smaller grocery stores, like Brookshire Brothers, for example. Like a lot of times they'll have like those 5 pound bags of potatoes for like $1.95 or something. And by God, if they give
Mhm.
you a limit of 4 of them bad boys, you should load up on potatoes,
Yeah.
right? But my family's always like, well, what are we going to do if they go bad? Well, we keep them away from onions and keep them in dark, dry places, and they
Yep.
last longer. And those 5 pound bags of potatoes are usually like $3 or $4. So if you can get them at $1.99 a piece or whatever,
Oh yeah.
go after it. But I'm one
Mm-hmm.
of
Thing
those
is, is
shoppers that like I'll shop for something because I'm in the mood for it at the grocery store. Then when I get it home, I don't want to make it for the next 6 months.
yeah. I'm the kind of person. I'm really like. I'm kind of like clicky with food. I guess. I'm like, ooh, I
It's
found you. You're new. I like you. And then I'm
yeah,
like, I'm bored of you. And then I'm like, I haven't seen you in a while. What are you
it's
doing?
very mood based, isn't it?
Well, but I'll get stuck on things and like only eat that. And then I'm like, fuck you. I don't like you anymore.
Yeah,
And then I go on to something else.
I'm the same way. Like I love shrimp, but then I hate shrimp.
Yeah, but like I remember I was on a kick of potatoes one time and I was just eating baked potatoes. And then I was like, fuck that. I don't ever want to eat a baked potato out of the microwave ever
Kumi,
again.
we are doing great. Thanks for asking. I hope you are doing well tonight as well. Sorry if I missed your comment. We are kind of getting into this episode quite heavily. But
Yeah.
yeah, that is how to save your potatoes from sprouting. And I'll keep it real. Before I read this, we used to keep our potatoes next to our onions, so we're gonna have to stop doing that.
Yeah, my mom actually, props to her. She keeps them in the, actually not props to her because it's more she keeps them in the laundry room.
Ooh, so
But she
she,
also keeps them with onions. But there's no windows or anything, so it's dark. So props to her for that.
yeah, so she's just gonna
Funny
have to
fact:
find a
Ozzy
different home
loves
for the.
potatoes.
She's gonna have to find a different home for the onions. That's all.
Put them in a hanging basket because she would have the bag of potatoes, and when I was living there with Ozzy, Ozzy would go grab potatoes and like throw them in the air and
And
shit.
play with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just sit there and gnaw on it. Yeah.
So we have yet another fairly large company that is going out of business. Katie, you want to tell us more about that?
This one This one's not that bougie. It can go. Okay. Um, Big Lots. 47 more stores across 19 states to close. Total closures surpass 300. Nearly 50 additional Big Lots stores are set to hold on, I'm going to close this ad. Hell. Are set to close as the company navigates through its Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection filings. The Ohio based company announced earlier this month that it planned to sell assets and business operations to a private equity firm amid the bankruptcy filing. As a part of this process, Big Lots said its plan to close roughly 250 stores by mid-January. That's on top of the nearly 300 stores that are already on track to close in the upcoming months. While it's unclear where exactly those additional stores will be, we do know the few hundred that have started to shut down. These stores, since at least early August, have had banners across their web pages saying closing this location. In a court filing last week, Big Lots identified 344 stores it intended to close. Among those that, God, I can't see. That's a big problem for me. I think I need more better glasses. Anyway, among those were the nearly 300 locations across 37 states. Nexstar identified last month following an analysis, God, of Big Lots website.
So
Um,
I find it very interesting that they even lasted as long as they did. Because,
I know.
like,
I was thinking that's still a thing when I saw it on there. I was like,
same. Because, like, we have dollar stores now, right? And so dollar stores are essentially popping up everywhere. They're super cheap to build. They don't,
everywhere.
yeah, they don't need a whole lot of geography space or parking lot space to be a thing.
Have you? Okay, look. Me and Jackson said something about it, especially at the lake. There has been like 20 pop up. My mom is like going off on a conspiracy theory about it now. But the Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree things that are connected.
Yep.
Have you started seeing those?
Oh yeah, they have all three. They have all three
Everywhere.
connected in some places too.
They've started popping up everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fuck Big Lots. Anyway.
Well, Big Lots has always been kind of like a large department store, but like really, small prices essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, a Dollar Tree is essentially a Big Lots in a smaller package, really.
The most that have been closed are in Texas. So
I see that. Yeah, I saw that. And that just means
Texas
that,
and Nevada.
yeah. And one of them was in Kilgore. I didn't even know there was a Big Lots in Kilgore. And I lived right next to Kilgore for years and years and years.
South Garland. Terrell.
Oh, yeah. I was in Terrell the other day. But anyway, Big Lots is now, I mean, I don't know why they would not just close everywhere. I mean, maybe they do have certain stores that do better than others, perhaps. I mean, that might be why some of them might stay alive or whatever. But it would just seem to me like, there's better options with dollar stores, and there's just more of them available. I can't even remember the last time I was in a Big Lots. I'm going to keep it real. Like, it's been that long.
I don't think I've ever been in a Big Lots.
Yeah.
Maybe once when I was real little.
I remember there used to be one in Longview years ago that I probably went to at least once or twice, but like, I'll keep it real. Like, when I added this to the list of things to talk about, I was like, wow, that's still a thing? Like, it surprised me. Because, I mean, we also have stores like Ross and Marshall's and...
I love Ross.
Yeah.
I fuck it up with some Ross.
Burlington is another store kind of like them.
Burke's.
Yeah, Burke's, yep.
Why do all these places sound like the same? Burke's, Belk.
Yeah.
Burlington.
Probably because they're trying to sound like each other.
And then Bell's too.
So let's get into the weird but true news. We are moving right along this week. This is going well.
I'm excited for mine.
Once Big Lots raised their prices, they were fucked. I mean, well, to be fair, everybody has to kind of do that or perish anyway, right? So, like, I mean, sadly, everybody has to raise their prices right now, and some places are just not going to make it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I seen this one just opened here maybe a year ago, and now it's closing. So you just had a Big Lots open, and it's already closing? That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. It's like, we tried it here for 6 days. It's just not working. Sorry.
Nah. Nah.
All right, so my story this week for the Weird But True News, I don't know if Katie has one yet, but mine is from the AP. And the headline is, "A Lost Cat's Mysterious 2-month, 900-mile journey home to California." This story is so cool, and it just goes to show the absolute amazingness of animals, which I always love to hear stories about.
I'm already excited.
Yeah, of how incredible animals are. And I had a situation happen, almost happened, that was very similar to this. Actually, it did happen very much like this, actually. Anyway, this is from San Francisco. A gray cat living an extraordinary life of visits to the beach and trips to the lake went on his biggest adventure alone, traveling hundreds of miles from Wyoming to California. But how the feline named Rainbow, pronounced Rainbow, made it home 2 months after getting lost in Yellowstone National Park during a summer camping trip remains a mystery. Pause. First of all, why are you taking your domestic cats to a freaking camping trip?
That's what I was thinking.
Like, what is wrong with these people? Unpause. Benny and Suzanne Aguiano and their 2 cats arrived at Yellowstone's Fishing Bridge RV Park on June 4th for the cats' first trip to the forest. But soon after they arrived, Rainbow was startled and ran into the nearby trees. The couple looked for him for 4 days, even laying out his favorite treats and toys. And when they finally had to drive back to Salinas, California on June 8th, Suzanne Aguiano said she was crushed but never lost hope she would find him. We were entering the Nevada desert, and all of a sudden I see a double rainbow. And I took a picture of it, and I thought, that's a sign. That's a sign for our rainbow that he's going to be okay, she said. Pause. People are fucking stupid. Unpause. In August, the Aguianos received amazing news when a microchip company messaged them that their cat... Oh my God, this is insane. Okay, I'm going to say that again. In August, the Aguianos received amazing news. Breathe, Katie, breathe! When a microchip company messaged them that their cat was at the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in Roseville, California, nearly 900 miles from Yellowstone. He was only about 200 miles away from his home in Salinas. So he's heading in the right direction when the law caught up to him. A woman
also,
Go ahead.
I love how you just fucking shut that shit down. I was like, "Aw," and then you said pause, and I thought you were gonna say something sweet, and you said people are stupid.
I mean, they are. What do you mean? That's a sign for our rainbow. No, it's a sign that there's sun fucking shining through raindrops. That's what it's a sign of. God dang it. Anyway, it's not a sign of your cat. Just because your cat is named Rainbow. It's a sign that you shouldn't have brought him. It's a sign that you should go back and fucking get him. Don't make him fucking walk 900 miles, bro. What do you mean? He meant so much to us. No, he didn't. You left his ass there. What do you mean? No.
You left his ass there.
Like, if he meant so much to you, then you would have got a goddamn cat fucking sitter so you could go camping.
And look, that means he was chipped?
I don't know. All I know is like the whole... He got startled and ran into the woods. You think he's startled now? Wait till he sees what's in the woods in Yellowstone. Anyway.
But I'm confused because you said the whatever place called them because they were chipped.
That's a great question. Yeah. They couldn't find him and he was chipped in August. Yeah, the Aguianos received amazing news when a microchip company messaged them that their cat was at this. Why didn't they find the cat? Look, if you can't find your cat and he has a microchip in him, you can no longer claim that you care about your cat.
You didn't give a fuck.
That's right. Anyway, a woman who first saw Rainbow wandering the streets of the Northern California city fed him and gave him water until she trapped him on August 3rd. And took him to the local SPCA. The next day, the Aguianos drove to Roseville and picked up their cat, who had lost 6 pounds. Okay, first of all, who the fuck weighs their cat? Oh, honey, before we go to Yellowstone, we should weigh him. Just to make sure, like, if he gets eaten, we want to know how much fucking food the bear will need beyond just the cat.
See, I've weighed Ozzy, and the only reason is because he's so damn big. And
look, weighing a dog is different. I have never weighed a cat in my life. Why would you even do that? Okay, so perhaps they brought him to the vet, but, like, unless you brought him to the vet the day before you left for Yellowstone...
Then it's not accurate.
Then it's not accurate. How the hell do you know he lost 6 pounds? Like, does he have a damn Fitbit on his paw? Like, are you keeping track of this shit? And if you are, then why couldn't you find him quicker? Right, exactly.
They're keeping track with the microchip, but couldn't find him.
Oh, my God. And so they have so much information here. It's great. I believe truly that he made that trek mostly on his own. His paws were really beat up. He lost 40% of his body weight, had really low protein levels because of inadequate nutrition. So he was not cared for, Susanna Aguiano said. Well, no shit he wasn't freaking cared for. He traveled 900 miles in God knows how long. His paws were What? Oh, my God. His paws were... He made it mostly on his own. The other fucking time it was because of the rainbow. What? I don't know, dude. The couple still doesn't know how their cat got to Roseville, but believes he was trying to get home. They have reached out to the media, hoping to fill in the blanks. Yeah, because it's the media's job to keep track of your microchipped cat. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Benny Aguiano said that besides microchipping their cats, they now have also fitted 2 of them with AirTags, and Rainbow with a GPS global tracker. Jesus Christ! This damn cat's got like $400,000 worth of fucking tracking technology on it.
Yeah, it still wasn't fucking used.
And they still lost them, bro. They still lost them. Oh, but we had this wonderful sign as we left him back there amongst the bears and fucking wolverines of Yellowstone. Oh, what a beautiful double rainbow. Thank you for letting us know you're fine, Rainbow. Oh my God, I hate people. Go ahead, Katie. What's your weird but true news?
Shit, I need a minute. My cheekbones hurt. Hold on.
What do you mean? He gave us a sign that he's perfectly okay, and he lost 6 pounds. How we know this, we won't let you know. It's just that we noticed that the RV was a little lighter on the way home.
Yeah, we weighed the RV.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay. This one's actually perfect. Okay, I was bullied by my wedding guests.
Oh God.
Here's why I uninvited 25 of them just 6 weeks before the ceremony.
Oh man, wishful thinking right here, y'all.
Man, I would love to uninvite some people. Fuck around and find out, please. Please.
That's why I'm trying to be good until after the wedding.
Man, and honestly, this would be me. Except I'm not leaning all the way into it. I'm just doing little tasteful things. A bride-to-be uninvited 25 friends and family from her Halloween wedding after her mother and grandmother branded the October event satanic.
Of course. That makes sense. Yep.
The bride recently griped in a Reddit forum that this devil had been hiding in the details for a full 2 years, as the All Hallows Eve affair had been announced that long ago, leaving plenty of time for haters to argue with her. What? But some soul stirred the pot just 6 weeks before the ceremony. All of a sudden, my mom and grandma decided the wedding was satanic and wanted me to make last-minute changes, the woman wrote, adding that her response was a firm no. Shit me. It says, in retaliation, about half of the mother's side of the family thought they would be cute and say they aren't coming due to what the bride called a power struggle. Instead of balking at their ghoulish behavior, the bride became a de facto Grim Reaper by disinviting the bunch, including a sister serving as a bridesmaid. Ooh! She further exorcised her demons by sending out an uninvited invitation to those dozen plus that had cried boo-hoo. Fuck it up, man. The bride even made sure the venue would prohibit the skeleton crew from entering the party, one where she planned to don a light blue corpse bride dressed with her hair to match. Ooh. My aunt, who is one of the uninvited, told me people are allowed to disagree with me, and that doesn't mean you can pull an invitation from a wedding that they had made plans to attend, the bride wrote. I told my aunt that they had 2 years for complaints. That's also a long fucking time. But saying you're not going at 6 weeks before the wedding is bullshit. I will not be bullied by my family over this. In the comments, lots of folks said the bride shouldn't feel haunted by her actions. You spent 2 years... I know, all this shit's so fucking stupid. You spent 2 years... The people that wrote about the fucking rainbow are writing this shit. Anyway. Anyway, you spent 2 years planning your wedding and it's your special day. It's understandable to feel frustrated when people try to impose their beliefs last minute, one said. They already said they aren't coming, so why are they complaining now? Added another. Have a great time with guests who aren't jerks. A third declared for the Monster Mash. That's it. But yeah, man. I will fuck some shit up because I'm wearing a black dress and our cake is black. Okay? Like, there's certain... we're not having, like, a Halloween theme, but, like, it's very, like, Victorian goth kind of thing.
Yeah.
With, like, some not so much. Because I'm not going to go in the full...
You see a story like that, though, you feel a whole lot better about yours, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, okay, maybe people will be surprised that I'm not doing that. My Jackson's sister, so I had the sides of my hair.
So just so you know, part of your speech needs to be, look, I was recently in a church and I did not get engulfed in flames while I was there.
Yeah, I didn't. I know, pretty freaking badass.
I was surprised. I'm going to keep it real.
I know.
I was like, we need to give her extra strength sunscreen before she goes in there.
And I got paid.
I know.
So that means they liked me being there.
Yeah, they want you back. Crazy.
They said such. But what was I saying? Damn it, I don't know. But man, I would uninvite some bitches.
Oh man, that's great.
A lot
Weird
of people.
but true news. And now we're gonna get into the unfortunately true news because holy fucking crap. The entire entertainment world has been
unfortunately true, but fuck it up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So this is going to be fun. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to read. There's just a lot, and I want to try to be as thorough as possible because there is a lot here that is factual, and then there's a lot here also that is just full of rumors and innuendo, and I want to try to get into a little bit of both.
Conspiracy.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. People like to talk when they don't know because we're not, like, the public does not have a right to know everything. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, exactly. But anyway, Sean Combs, federal charges. What do we know? This is from the New York Times. And you may know Sean Combs better by P Diddy or Puff Daddy or so many other different names over the years. Mr. Combs was charged with running a quote-unquote criminal enterprise that includes sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, and he is being held in a troubled federal jail. The hip-hop mogul Sean Combs was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution in federal court in Manhattan on Tuesday. This was written on September 25th, so not too long ago. Actually, no, today is the 25th. That's today. Yeah, this could not have been written today because I've had this up for the last few days. That date is incorrect. That's interesting. But anyway, Mr. Combs, who is now 54 years old. Yeah, maybe it's an edit. He is 54 years old. He pleaded not guilty to the charges, and he will remain in custody as he awaits trial. So that's the first thing to unpack. They denied bail for him. Mm-hmm. So short of escaping from prison, this man will be in custody until the end of this trial.
Mm-hmm.
So people that have been indicted for first-degree murder have been let out on bail. Lots of them. Yep. That's the first thing, the very first thing you have to unpack mentally, right?
Well, we all know what he could do if he was out.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
people he could get shut up.
A magistrate judge denied his legal team's request for bail on Tuesday, citing Mr. Combs' anger issues and history of substance abuse, and the district judge upheld the decision on Wednesday, saying that Mr. Combs posed a risk of witness tampering and was a danger to the safety of the community.
Yep.
in addition, he's clearly a flight risk as well. I mean, let's.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'm putting my
But
2 cents in on that. No question about it.
obviously, he's been known to pay people off and shut people up and blackmail. So, I mean, definitely on
Yeah,
that.
myself included. Like, I'm afraid to even talk about this right now. I've been paid so much. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Same.
But anyway, Mr. Combs, who we're going to keep calling him Mr. Combs because Mr. Diddy just sounds super cringe. Mr. Combs built a career as a high-profile music producer and artist, and for decades has been lauded as one of the architects of hip-hop's commercial rise. But his legacy has become interlaced with accusations of sexual violence. A series of civil lawsuits over the past year accusing him of sexual assault and other allegations of sexual misconduct spilled into public view, and his business empire began to crumble as he became the subject of a federal investigation. Which surprises me that he's not running for president, to keep it real. Oh, did I say that out loud? My fault. In March, federal agents raided 2 of his homes in Los Angeles and Miami Beach. Here is what we know so far about the case against Mr. Combs. First of all, he, as I mentioned earlier, he is being held without bail, and he has been denied bail. Mr. Combs has been held at a federal detention center in Brooklyn until trial, though his lawyers may still try to appeal that ruling further, which they will. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
They will appeal.
Anything they can get. Absolutely.
Yeah, the denial of bail will be appealed, 100%. He is currently at the Metropolitan Detention Center, which is a hulking concrete structure in Brooklyn that houses more than 1,200 people. It has a reputation for poor conditions, and his lawyers have called it, quote-unquote, horrific. But federal officials have said improvements have been made. That's right. Special precautions are typically taken with high-profile defendants such as Mr. Combs. He has been assigned to a special housing unit that also includes the disgraced crypto mogul Sam Bankman-Fried, who was convicted of fraud but is appealing the verdict. So why did Mr. Combs get arrested? Prosecutors said in an indictment that Mr. Combs has been the mastermind of a sprawling criminal enterprise since at least 2008 that included his employees and engaged in kidnapping, forced labor, arson, and bribery. According to the government, Mr. Combs used force, threats, and coercion to manipulate women into what he called, quote-unquote, freak-offs, which are highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity. I call that a Tuesday night. What do I know? Anyway, in hotels and other locations that were fueled by drugs and could last for days. At these events, the government says, women were plied with drugs to keep them obedient and coerced to participate in sex with male prostitutes, some of whom were transported over state lines. Prosecutors say that Mr. Combs would watch these events, sometimes while masturbating and recording video. According to the government, Mr. Combs also used those recordings as collateral to maintain a culture of silence and obedience. They also said the women believed they could not refuse his demands without physical or emotional abuse, or without fearing that their financial or job security would be put at risk. Prosecutors alleged that Mr. Combs maintained control over women by tracking their location, dictating their appearance, monitoring their medical information, and supplying them with drugs. The federal indictment does not provide details of the arson accusation, but in other court papers, prosecutors described a sequence of events similar to those in a lawsuit that said Mr. Combs orchestrated the firebombing of a car owned by Kid Cudi. So what charges does he face? Mr. Combs was charged with 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, which carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. He faces 1 count of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, which carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years in prison, and 1 count of transportation for purposes of prostitution, which carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. I'm going to pause right here for a second, because what we have here right now essentially is 3 counts that essentially add up to one life sentence and 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like the tip of an iceberg.
It absolutely is. I was watching. I love Cinnamon Toast Ken, and he does a lot of shit like this. Like when we were talking about Doctor Disrespect, who's making a lot of videos about that, and he's really good at keeping it updated and everything. And he made a good comment on this whole thing. Like, imagine how long they've been sitting on this shit because it's such a big thing. You have to gap. You can't just bust them on the shit you find out because who's
16
going to get to test it?
years.
I know. You have to. I mean, because you have to have enough shit where the people being blackmailed are like, okay, I can get out. You know what I mean? You can't just like come with me like, hey, will you volunteers tribute?
Right.
Kind of shit. Like, you just can't. And this is absolutely the tip of the iceberg. They're
Yeah.
going to keep looking. And I know they know shit that hasn't been announced yet.
So
There's
it just
so
feels
much
to
shit.
me like they charged him with a couple of things just to get him off the street so
Yes.
that they don't lose him, so that he
Because this
doesn't
has
get
been
rid of
very
witnesses.
fast.
Yeah, it just feels like they needed to get him off the street because they were afraid witnesses would be put down.
And like with the racketeering shit, there's a lot of shit they got to go through for that. All the
Right.
companies, like
But
all of everything.
my
All of
concern
it.
is, though, is based off the 3 charges that I see right now, that doesn't seem like enough to withhold bail.
And you got to realize it says maximum sentence of life.
Yeah.
Minimum of 15 years on that one, so that one's good. And then maximum on 10. So like he could get off easy. Easy.
Again,
He can get
I think this is the tip, though. I think this is just like, like if you
No, I know, but
if you don't have enough to
here.
like charge somebody with murder, but you can get them for solicitation just to get them off the street.
Right.
That's what this
I'm
feels
saying.
like. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like this right here, I mean, he could get off probably decently easy on that. That's why I'm saying like he could get like, I don't know, 20 years with the chance of parole being there for 5, get paroled because of who he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
I think in this case it's going to be the opposite.
Gonna happen.
Yeah.
But because we all know there's more shit.
Well, I think there's going to be one of two outcomes to this, and we'll get into that after the article. I think there's going to be one of two outcomes. But anyway, what lawsuits does Mr. Combs face? Let's find out. The descriptions of the events in the criminal complaint mirror accusations made in a lawsuit last year by Cassandra Ventura, who was Mr. Combs' former girlfriend and also an artist that was signed to his record label under the name Cassie. Go ahead.
You skipped the raid part.
I did skip the raid part. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to that. What happened during the raids? Let's go to that. So court documents revealed the new details about the raids of Mr. Combs' houses in Florida and California. Now, according to documents, quote, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics, and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Agents, that's an unquote right there. Agents also found 9 AR-15 style weapons at his Miami Beach residence, including 3 with defaced serial numbers. Now, video of Mr. Combs' home showing the aftermath of the Los Angeles raid that was published by TMZ showed belongings spilling out of cabinets and a set of empty shelves with Mr. Combs' 3 Grammys sitting on top. Now, Mr. Combs was stopped that day at an airport in the Miami area as he was preparing to leave for the Bahamas, according to a person with knowledge of the matter, who noted that federal agents took a number of electronic devices from him.
Now.
Yo, Vanessa, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. We are in the middle of our weekly podcast with the lovely Miss Kadie Lynn, and we are talking about the P Diddy situation, Sean Combs. And the fact that there are lots and lots of baby oil bottles missing from Colby's apartment, where they ended up somehow over at Sean Combs' crib. I don't know how that happened.
He was over there. He's being blackmailed too.
Cool me. Blink if you're being blackmailed. Anyway, what lawsuits does Mr. Combs face? As we mentioned earlier, a lawsuit was made last year by Cassandra Ventura. She accused Mr. Combs of rape, physical abuse, and forced sex with male prostitutes, which was kind of the beginning of this, I feel. Like, she was the one that kind of catapulted
Absolutely.
this. The suit was...
I feel like the video that came out was like the start, really,
Yeah,
of all
and
of it.
she settled a day later. She came out with the lawsuit. Then she settled. She settled with, let me see, the suit was settled just one day later with both Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura, saying their dispute had been resolved amicably. CNN published surveillance footage in May that appeared to show Mr. Combs physically assaulting and kicking Miss Ventura in a manner consistent with allegations she made against him in the lawsuit, in which she described the 2016 incident at an Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. The video showed Mr. Combs grabbing Miss Ventura and throwing her to the ground, kicking her twice and beginning to drag her down the hallway by her sweatshirt. Many of us have seen that video.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Combs issued an apology on social media 2 days later. Now, keep in mind, up until this video, he had been snuffing this out, saying it didn't happen. They settled. He used the news of the settlement as proof that this didn't really happen, and all of that shit. And then there was video about it, and now all of a sudden, if you guys remember, he's backtracking, and now he's apologizing for shit that he said never happened. And now that there's video, he's backtracking, right? So anyway, he said, Mr. Combs issued an apology on social media saying it's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. And obviously all of us at the time knew that he was completely full of shit. Mr. Combs said in his apology video, which he posted to Instagram, quote, "I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now." Except, P. Diddy, you weren't disgusted enough to actually admit to doing it until there was proof that you fucking did it. You completely denied all these allegations, all the way up until the time that somebody posted this video through CNN, and now all of a sudden you're a disgusted human being. Okay? No. Anyway, in the months after Miss Ventura sued Mr. Combs, 6 additional women filed lawsuits alleging sexual assault, and 3 other suits included accusations of sexual misconduct. On Tuesday, a woman filed a lawsuit that said Mr. Combs and one of his bodyguards drugged and raped her at his recording studio in 2001. His lawyers are fighting all of those lawsuits in court. Now, how has Mr. Combs responded? Mr. Combs... I clicked the wrong thing. Give me a second. Mr. Combs has denied all of the allegations against him, pleading not guilty to the criminal charge. In a statement released on the day the 4th lawsuit against him was filed, Mr. Combs said, "Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." Unquote. I would like to add to the end of that quote, unless more video shows up. Then I'll be disgusted. Anyway, after Mr. Combs was arrested, one of his lawyers, Mark Agnifilo, addressed reporters outside the federal courthouse, saying he's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers. And I expect a long battle with a good result for Mr. Combs. A day after the raids, another one of Mr. Combs' lawyers, Aaron Dyer, criticized the approach by Homeland Security, calling it, quote, "a gross overuse of military-level force and an unprecedented ambush." There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these accusations, Mr. Dyer said in a statement. And that is the end of this article. So, what they're alleging is essentially... So, basically what he was doing is he was, according to the government, he was coercing and manipulating women into highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity. Not with himself, but with prostitutes that he paid for. So in other words, he manipulated and coerced women that he knew, including his former girlfriend, into having sexual activity with paid prostitutes that he paid for. Not with his friends, not with himself, which is probably also something that happened as well. Wouldn't doubt.
A guy like this just has a hatred for women.
Right.
That's
and so then what he's doing is he's just doing this for his own personal enjoyment so that he can film it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And get,
because besides blackmailing him with it, what do you get out of that?
Right, exactly. And that's where it boils down to is the blackmail. It's the blackmail that they're getting, which is where all of this is going. Now, the public innuendo is a lot of people are comparing this to the Jeffrey Epstein stuff that happened several years ago with Epstein's Island and the list and all of that stuff that hasn't come out yet. And now,
I wonder if he was on the list and he was blackmailing Epstein.
I mean, you don't know. Like, nobody knows any of this shit. But now, apparently, there's an Epstein or a P Diddy list as well. And there are a couple of very big A-list stars that have wiped their Twitter accounts. And now people are trying to connect the two like we did with Toast and Stupid Human Tricks earlier. So I don't know if you've heard this, Katie, but Usher and Pink have both wiped every single tweet from their Twitter account since this story broke.
Did not know that.
And so a lot of people think that is directly connected to the P. Diddy stuff. That they are worried that people are going to go back into their Twitter history and see some kind of connection between them and P. Diddy that's going to get them in trouble. And that's why Pink and Usher deleted all of their...
Sure makes sense, but Pink?
I'm having a hard time. I mean, neither one... I mean, look, if there's a connection there, like, deleting your Twitter history is not going to...
No, but at least Usher's like the same kind of music.
I mean, they're both in the same circles as P. Diddy, let's be honest, right? Like, they really are. They truly are. But they're in the same circles. They are. But
it's called A-list.
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, I think that's kind of a big leap, right? I don't know, man. Like, at first when I saw it, I was like, well, maybe they're upset with Elon. Like, maybe they're just boycotting Twitter, but they didn't delete their Twitter account. Like, the account is still there. It's just there's no content.
That's very, very strange.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother thing in itself. I don't know if...
Or is it? That's what I'm saying. So, since this has come out, it's almost like the same playbook from the Epstein stuff, where they finally got him, they charged him, they locked him up, they took away bail, and then the next thing you know, Epstein was on suicide watch, and within a couple of days of us recording this, currently, P. Diddy is also on suicide watch. So I mentioned earlier, I think there'll be one of two ways that this goes. And neither one of them is going to go well for P. Diddy. He's either going to be locked up for the rest of his life.
Or he's going to kill himself.
And I put that in quotes because nobody will ever know if he actually killed himself or if somebody got to him, right? Because if the government says that somebody killed themselves, that's just fodder for people to question it, right? Like, every single suicide that the government claims is a suicide is questionable by everybody, it seems, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it would seem to me, like, Jeffrey Epstein, they say Jeffrey Epstein killed himself or they say that somebody got to him to keep him quiet. Well, it would seem to me like his partner in crime there, Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever, however you pronounce her name. It seems she would know the same things. Nobody's gotten to her. She hasn't committed suicide, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's weird. I do think this is the tip of the iceberg for this guy, though.
Absolutely. I think this might go deeper than Epstein. I really could. Like, I could see it. Because, like, this is the iceberg, and this is so much.
Yeah.
Or the tip of it.
Well, I mean, there's also the innuendo between P. Diddy and Tupac and Biggie as well, right? So,
yeah,
like, he's almost the answer to every conspiratorial thing in the music world at this point.
I know.
At some point in time, somebody's probably going to blame him for the breakup of the Beatles, right?
Yeah, I'm blaming him.
Fuck you, Diddy! Diddy.
Fucked up everything.
God damn it. Don't you dare. How dare you introduce Yoko Ono to John Lennon, you piece of crap.
Piece of fucking trash.
Oh, I can't believe it, man. And all that stuff he did to Michael Jackson as well that we had to deal with. Poor Michael, bro. Yeah. I don't know. This should be interesting. What do you guys think out there? What do you think P. Diddy has done? Do you think that he deserves bail?
I think he deserves a lot worse than what he has.
Yeah.
And I really love that he's in that prison right now.
And so
really
you mentioned earlier that he's going to have it easier because of who he is, and I think you're wrong. I think you have that backwards in this case. I think they're more likely to put him away because he's famous at this point.
Well, more likely to put him away, but I'm saying with how many years he's going to get and what his sentences are. I think he's going to go, and I think he's going to go for a decent amount of time. It's just how long.
So you think they'll give him a lesser sentence because he's famous?
Possibly, and depending on who's involved, and depending on how high up this goes.
Yeah. I'm curious if there'll be any dickering, any negotiating between his lawyers and the government on naming people's names.
That's also what I'm thinking about settling.
Yeah.
P. Diddy has a history of settlement.
Because nobody knows if that's what happened with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever her name is. They don't know if any names were ever thrown about by those two. So could be very interesting stuff to find out where this goes. I just know that the whole world is going nuts. I saw the Pink and Usher things, and everybody has opinions, and everybody's got conspiracy theories, and some of them are really out there, boy. I'll tell you what. Like that's why I'm mentioning stuff like the Beatles and Michael Jackson and stuff. Like, I mean, they're really out there with this stuff. Yeah.
There's ones about Michael Jackson?
No, I just made those up.
Oh.
That's my point.
Okay, I was like, I mean, I would believe it.
My point is people are making shit up, putting them into memes, and then sending them out there like they're gospel, and people are just eating that shit up, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's why we're here, right, Katie? We're trying to tell people the actual facts of things.
We're trying to be thorough.
That's right. We're trying to show people the facts, but at the same time, giving our opinion on those facts as well.
And leaving open-ended questions.
That's right. And if you guys have answers for those open-ended questions, we have a comment section. Yeah.
Very true.
So you guys should definitely comment down below. This has been episode 21 already, and we're going to have a little bit of an intermission. Maybe we'll come back and we'll call the next episode like season 2 or something. We'll be all like...
That would be cool.
Yeah, we could do something, I don't know. We'll have to see. I have to come up with some content for the wedding and see what we can put out there for that. I know people are going to be interested in that, so we'll try to get behind the scenes a little bit on that. But yeah, 3 weeks is a long time between, or it's actually going to be 4 weeks, I think, between episodes, if you really think about it. But yeah, so just to wrap it up this week, nerves, where are your nerves at?
Well, I think everything is done on my part. So Jackson needs to get his suit, and
you have to get your nails done.
Yeah,
and you have to go dancing with your mom, and you have to do bachelorette stuff.
Well, yeah, but that stuff's over.
That's the fun stuff. Yeah, that's the fun stuff.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff. I'm talking about the stressful shit. I am gonna have to drive 4 hours though for bachelorette. I said I'm driving because my mother ain't driving for.
So where are you going for the bachelorette?
It's Canyon Lake, which is close to like Dripping Springs and New Braunfels and all that kind of shit on there.
We're thinking about going out that way. Isn't that out where San Antonio is too? Like that direction?
Yeah.
So my wife has a friend out there, and they've offered for us to spend some time there.
I have family that lives in New Braunfels, but we're getting an Airbnb out there.
I've never been there. I've always wanted to see the Riverwalk. I've always wanted to see the Alamo. There's a
The Alamo is awesome. I was born in San Antonio. So.
I did not know that. Interesting. There's a pizza place in New Braunfels. I know this is going to sound off topic, but this is one of the reasons why I'm excited about going. That makes Boston pizza. right? And so I'm definitely eating there. I have to check out Green Hall, of course. I've never been to Green Hall. Have you been to Green Hall? Yeah, so you go to New Braunfels, I feel like you have to check out Green Hall.
Where is the place that Joe Rogan did his stand-up thing that was live on Netflix? Wasn't that in San Antonio?
I'm not sure. Could have been.
Well, regardless, I've gotten the opportunity to sing in that theater one time, so that was pretty cool when I
Oh,
saw that. And my uncle ran sound. He's a sound engineer. He ran sound for that, for the production
very
of it.
cool. Very cool.
His name's in the credits.
So, yeah, we're planning on doing some San Antonio stuff. And the thing is, we got this car that I showed you.
Yes. And it's reliable.
It's not just reliable, it is fantastic on gas.
I was about to say it's pretty. I bet it is.
So, we got this
Um.
thing yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So, we drove it home from Longview to here, which
Mhm.
is an hour and a half almost. And then they drove it this morning from here to Greenville and back, which is another hour and a half. So that's 3 hours of driving now.
Mhm.
Then they drove it around town some of the day. And then we
Mhm.
drove it to Longview and back. That's another 3 hours today. So that's at least 7 hours of driving.
Uh-huh.
We filled it up when we got back home this afternoon. We filled it back up. It took $20 to fill it up for 7 hours of driving. That's insane.
I love my car. How low was the tank?
How low was the tank? Literally the light had just come on, and it said that we had like
Oh,
37 miles left of gas.
so that's basically a full tank of
Yes,
gas. It's $20.
$20
Fuck
to
you.
go 7 hours, bro.
See, my car, I love it so much, but it has a turbo, and that eats it.
Yep.
It's 40 bucks. 40 bucks for a full tank for me.
Well, full tank. I mean, ours was. I think it's a 10 gallon tank, so it's like it's
Oh,
not a huge tank, but like we're getting like 40 miles a gallon. Like it's an insane amount. A full tank of
I get
gas.
23.
I know. In my car, this car that we just got, it's a full tank right now. It says we have 400 miles before we have to fill up. It's
I
10
get
gallons.
350. I get 350, and I have more gallons.
Yeah.
I think I get 380.
So this is
Actually.
great news because like I have to go to your wedding, which is kind of far from us. We're going to
Yeah.
Dallas on Sunday. This coming Sunday, I'm going to see an artist from Georgia that I interviewed. I can't
Oh
wait.
yeah, you told me.
I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. And then on the 5th of October, we're going to Marshall to see Pauline Reese.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to see you on the 12th. And then on the 13th, we're driving to Texarkana to see White Lion.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yep. And then, of
And you
course,
would be seeing if it
yeah,
wasn't for
we
me.
would be seeing Rat if you weren't getting married. But we're also planning on going to San Antonio, too. So this car is perfect for all of this stuff.
Absolutely.
It's going
I'm
to be
happy
so.
for y'all.
Yeah, and she loves it. And that's what matters to me. Like, as long as she loves it, she deserves so much. You don't even realize. Like, she truly does. So, like,
She a bad bitch.
she is. And so I just wanted to make sure that she got her a phone and she got her a car that she likes. And
Yeah, I
I'm
forgot you said do phones last
yes,
week.
yeah. She's been dealing with a really bad phone for a while. Like I mean, notoriously bad. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode right here, episode 21. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or concerns, our email is right there, the Chris and Kadie Show at gmail.com. You can send us an email. If you're interested in sponsoring an episode, let me know. You can email me for that as well. And we also have merch, which is in the description below. So buy some merch. And again, if you guys do buy merch and stuff like that, it'll help me. Honestly, I'll probably use that to help Kadie upgrade her equipment in the future for this, just so she has better stuff over on that end. But yeah, so buy some merch. And of course, all of Kadie's links are going to be down there as well. KadieLynn.com. Or is it KadieLynnmusic.com?
KadieLynn.com.
I know. So
You
check out all
get
of that.
better.
She has merch, she has music, she has all that stuff. You can check out her tour dates and things like that as well. She's going to be touring again in November, which is going to be exciting. She'll come back as a married
I
lady.
gotta add that to my website.
Yep.
Thank
So
you for reminding me.
yeah, get on that shit.